Hello, this is Dr. Christy Patton-Lukes, a chemical engineering professor at Missouri S&T. And I realize that I haven't taught you any diagnostic tools yet, so I want to just kind of briefly show you two different ways that you can help yourself figure out what's going on inside the program. So right now what we've got is we have this series function that we are reading and writing from the spreadsheet. There are other ways to do this, and I'm just going to show you one way, which is with a message box. So message box is spelled MSGBOX, and open parenthesis, and then you can put in some words. And then anything you want to say would be connected with an ampersand, or you could have just said parenthesis fact if you just wanted it to tell you the number. And this is because this does go on a ways. I'm just going to do this. We'll do 4. Okay. I'm changing that for the sake of not being quite as annoyed with this process. So now then when I run this, what's going to happen is it's going to open a box that's going to tell me the factorial is 1. The second time it's 2, 6, 24. That allows me to check and see whether or not I agree with those numbers as it goes, and it does complete running the program. So it doesn't impact the program in any way. Another thing that we can do is to put a stop in here. And so perhaps what I wanted to do is have it every time it gets to this point or it gets to this point, that it's going to stop and I can evaluate and see whether or not I'm happy with what it's doing. So let's just try this. So what I've done is I've clicked over here in the margins, okay? So you can click anywhere. If you click a second time, it comes away. I am going to leave on the one that says term equals variable to the k power over factorial. And now then when I run it, it's going to pause here and it'll show me yellow, and this is where it is in the program. And I can put my mouse over the various variables, and you see that it tells me what that value is equal to at that point. And in fact, it will do it in these other places. If I come down to these other places, it'll tell me what the answer is at this point in time. And now then, if I just continue to run it, now then it's moved on to k equals 2. Continue to run, k equals 3. K equals 4. I can check all my other values and see whether or not I'm happy with what those values are. And again, this is a good diagnostic tool so that you can, tell whether or not it's calculating what you thought it should calculate. Now, I will warn you that sometimes as you're doing that, it's like, oh, I see what the problem is. I don't want it to do it all 100 times, right? We had originally had 100 up here. I would not want to have to look at that all 100 times. I would have figured it out earlier than that. And so you can just use escape, okay, or control break, and either of those will stop the program. So those are escape and control break are my safeguards for that. Or you can just keep saying run, run, run until it reaches the end. So that was just 2 quick diagnostic tools that we can use. We can add message boxes, or we can add a break point anywhere in our code. And you can have multiples in the code if you wish. So that concludes this little quick mini lesson. Thank you very much for your time.